Hello, hello. Sorry, I'm trying to connect my sound. Hope it doesn't take too long. Wow. Work. And there we are. What up? Anybody's in the chat? Yeah, we're gonna be making a ring, just a drill and sandpaper. Now I might be using some power sanders, but not things that you couldn't just use a heavy grit, medium grit, and light grit sandpaper for. And end up with something decent little ring. So we're going to do that. Welcome. And the first thing that I did was laminate these 3 sheets of wood together. This is walnut and maple and walnut again. And I made several rings out of this combination. And then I did one with walnut, maple, and cherry. That's this one. So we're going to make something similar to this today. What are you? But we're going to make a darker version similar to this. So we're going to go ahead and get started so you're not having to look at me. And I'm looking for a little space to kind of cut out of. I hate to waste space. This is what I've kind of drawn on here already. Fasten that on with a little F-clamp. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. I'm gonna keep my line pretty close to the table here. Meaning this line. I don't know if you can see it very well, but yeah. So maybe this will be the tool today. See, bro. That's it. Alright. So now there's one crucial part here that I maybe should have done before I released this from the cut. But that has been done. What is done cannot be undone. It's an old proverb. Old proverbs. Literally one of the oldest proverbs ever heard. Alright, let me take this up. Got free ads everywhere, man. Alright. So this is going to be the front. I think I'm going to have to stick this down. I think I'm going to have to stick it down and then drill it. Or I can put it in a vise. Yeah, freaking wood shop, right? Put it in the vise, baby. But you made it by yourself. You should do it. Move some junk out of the way. We're just going to punch a piece right here. So I left my bit box in the truck. I have to go get it. Yes, I'm testing it. We'll be right back though. See, find a bit, but it won't. Can't. Force bits. There we go. Those no bits happen to be right here, so let's go. Kind of that ring size, right? Lab says if you need to add me some bachelor's buttons to your jeans for suspenders. Bachelor's buttons. Oh, down here. You know, these suspenders also came with the options for that, but they also had this clip option, and that's what I have for my pants. I'm sorry I'm low class. I'm working on it though. I'm gonna try for you, just for you. I'm gonna be stylish and more organized. That is my pledge to you, the greatest friend I've ever had. So this is the one, I think. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. That's where we're going. That's what we're doing. Let's do it. So next we're going to need a drill. Not to fall down. Equally important. back to the drawing board, aka better than we did it last time. So the new plan, drill a hole first. I'm gonna cut her ring out after that. Makes sense, boss. Yeah, boss, makes sense. Sorry. It wasn't like that. Just thought it would be a cool project. Bachelor's buttons for my jeans. Suspenders. I just don't know that I'm stylish enough to pull it off. Made a bow tie. Now, I'm going to lighten my pressure so that I don't blow out through the back side this time. I don't know that that will stop the inevitable, but I'm hoping. Crap. Did you hear me say that? Thank you for letting me know no audio, Heather. Anyways, so now I'm through almost. And just a tip, insert your own joke. Right here in this hole is through the last layer and into the desk, which is what we want perfectly. Shout outs to Heather for the tech support over there representing her own channel and Dad's Workshop. Superman Calvin does a workshop like build every day. Every day, almost. I went right through that same hole so that I can cut into the ring without blowing out. Hopefully. Going super slow, but the blade fast. It's the lightest pressure the world has ever seen. So now we just got a hole. So it's half of it right there. Got to make a couple quick cuts and release our precious. Rubens, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? It's Heather and Dad's Workshop. Calvin, how are you? Y'all are gonna see what life is like without a bandsaw. You got to know what life is. Let's draw a line first, right? Decide what our ring is gonna even look like. Let's see if that's not a pinky ring. Yep. What if I didn't do that though? What if I didn't do that? What if I went? Do I even want to make use of that edge? Yeah, I cut it purposefully. Okay. Same plan. Tripping dog. I'm just going to go on around this edge here. Like so. Now, I like the coping saw. But I can start with a straight line. I'm going to start with the apple nace. You got a coping saw. You cut up all your rings. good thing about this saw is that you can turn the blade. Like, that's the beauty of it, is that you can turn the teeth even in movement, but it is a bindy little tool, I'll tell you that. And then all of a sudden, throws you a bone. See what I'm saying? So you can cut directionally. Pretty interesting. Poor man's bandsaw. Like, broke like real broke. Now, we cut this clean over there on the chop saw a minute ago. So now I'm just going to round this edge down to ring business, and then we'll work our way up to this face. Yeah, that might be the term. We'll call it a face. Where's the face does it? Probably mine being called West the Ring. You know what I'm saying? Like make a ring cool enough to get a mob nickname. It's West Fingers over there. West Fingers? Let me get a look at those fingers. I don't know. Now you don't have to carve this part. There are alternative ways to do everything. I'll show you another one. Ladies and gentlemen, tool of the week. This thing. We're just going to eat away the extra. We're just going to knock it down to a manageable size. Now this is the flat side, right? Good for getting down to the nitty and gritty of things. I like that about it. It's good. It's what you would want from like a belt thing, right? Good. Did you know this side? That side is bendy. Because it's bendy, I can do nice round over. I can clean up those sharp edges so easily. See what I'm saying? Look at it. I think it's time we talk safety just for a moment. Whenever you're in the workshop, anytime you're in the workshop, try to look cool. All right, that's it. Cope and Saw was a pretty big Nelly hit. Cope and Saw, Cope and Saw. Take a for you. Back up. Ooh, safety. Yeah, down with safety, man. You trying to hold us back. MJB, what's happening? What's up, MJB? Dad's workshop is not that. Dad's workshop is super safe. I don't even know where you flex. That one over there looking like a scientist with goggles and everything. Jeez, I'm just kidding. You don't. You be over there in vacation shirts, building stuff out of wood. Now I'm using this bendy side here now because I'm going to wrap around these corners a little bit because you have to soften that. You don't want the other fingers up against that, right? So that's what we're doing right now. The softening and the smartening. We're just using the center as a guide. And we're just creeping up on it. A little bit there. That's alright. Can't do nothing about what we can't do nothing about. You come on. This is why I'm never too aggressive with my grit, so I'd rather knock off more slow. You know what I mean? Yeah, this little sander is the truth Ruth. I wasn't sure if I would have many uses for it, but I already had this platform, and I got it like drum cheap. It was like in a clearance rack at the depot. I don't know why, because this thing is everything. I've used this thing for everything. I've made fish sticks with this thing. Carved rockets with this thing. I have made human parents with this tool. I made folks for y'all. I made people's folks. Respect my third time. Okay, you can see where we're going a little bit, right? A little bit. I made human parents because it's tool. It ain't me. It's tool. Whenever I need something. There's a good times and bad times. It would always side you have to keep pressure because it'll jump if you don't keep a constant pressure, and it'll make little rails in your wood. You don't want that. But you can always just use this side. Simpler. You just roll it. Just roll it. Hold it tighter than that, though. And as you start kind of closing in on it, it starts to create this sort of oval shape with hard edges at the top and the bottom. So that's the next stage of what's happening. Look at it. I mean, you feel me? Alright. So I can power carve this whole thing. But I'm not going to do that. Now, I'm only using this tool for two reasons. One, because it's cool, right? And it's fast. So that I can show you how to do this without getting too bored with the amount of time that it would take to just sand it. Which is not a huge amount of time, but I don't know what kind of attention span you got. Get off my back. Jesus. Sick of you already. Okay. I think this is 80 grit right here, so it's gonna knock off pretty good because we're there, but we ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep knocking this down. I'm gonna get closer and closer to that edge until I'm tight like that. See how thick? That's where we want to go. And I just don't know if I want to carve that much of it out. You know what I mean? I think I would rather, for a couple of reasons. One, this walnut is tough and it's grainy and directional and gets real weird. And this maple in the middle is soft as butter. And in comparison. And I don't want to wreck it. What can I say? It's me being honest about it. I'm worried that I'll wreck it. But we'll go to a reasonable distance here. We'll go to a reasonable place. And we'll try to save the sanding for finish work. How about that? Make sure I put a precious gem in this one. My love is the precious gem, M. What you talking about, fam? My heart is precious gem. I was thinking about giving it another go with the love ring, though. Dare I show you? Tried to carve the word love in a ring, and I sort of did in a very 6th grade fashion. I mean, it's there. Is it beautiful? No, not really. But yeah, we might give it another go. Who knows? What's love got to do? Got to do with it? maybe this one's a little bigger, so maybe it'll be more room and it'll work better. Maybe. Perhaps. What's left? Gonna see the fashion notion. Right now, got to do with it. Who knew her? My heart can be broken. I wonder when is that contest for Dylan's woodworking, that heart thing. Mr. Polite, Polite? No, Polite says looking good. Hey, thank you. I bet you I could strap this and make it better. I bet you I could. But before I do, why don't I exhaust all of my options? Dull each blade significantly. Okay. Maybe I will. Now this way technically you're carving the ring, right? And this is very meditative as well. It's a little less debris and pollutant in the air than the sand. You might be a little more proud of yourself, but then there's some risks to a knife. And I got these gloves on now. But as you develop your skill, you become more conscious of these things. You pretend that you don't have the gloves on so that you don't begin to rely on them. And pick up bad habits, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. See that whole chunk just plop out of there. That's why I start fat and work my way thin. Because I'll understand and I'll learn the wood as I go. And I'm not in a rush to take off a ton of material super fast. I am interested though in having a decent looking product. And I start out on this ring of rank amateur. But as I learn it, the wood, the knife, the hand position, technique, I will be better before this ring is done than I was when this ring was begun. And that's just a fact, Jack. It's kind of nice to do one and not just be reliant on the machines. I hardly hear anybody talk about this, but working with a tool is like extending your consciousness into an object that you're connecting with, right? Like, because when you think about it, your hand moves, your fingertips move because you think about it. You think, and then something in real space and time reacts to your thought. And your brain sends a little electrical pulse, yada yada, so on and so forth. And your hands move, and all that began with your thought. You can extend. Hey, baby, I love you. My daughter.
Thanks.
See you later, kiddo. the greatest. All my kids are great. So lucky. Um, yeah. You extend your consciousness into your hand, and your hand moves. And when you work on that until you get good at commanding your hand so well that you can turn it over to your subconscious. You don't have to think about it at all. It just becomes a part of you. Now, it doesn't do anything that you can't do. The fingers still bend the way fingers bend. Still move the way fingers move. But there's an agreement between you and those fingers. You can extend that agreement as long as you respect what it already can and cannot do. You can extend that into a tool. Like I said, fingers only going to move how fingers move. Blade's only going to cut how a blade cuts. And the wood's only going to let it cut the way it lets it. But the closer your relationship to the tool and the wood, the more capable you will become. It's an exercise in focus and patience. You cannot take off too much tooling. You cannot do this effectively with a dull blade. Look at that. That's tragic. Took off too much material. Blade again could use some stropping. And maybe directional change is in order. Look how easy it cuts that way. Move my thumb and not rely on the glove for protection. I don't have to. I gotta learn how to not. So that would have been a boo-boo. Life doesn't always give you warnings and second chances, but gloves will. Safety equipment will give you a second chance at a mistake. So, be careful, peoples. Take courage, I'll say that. Punching the heck out of my thumb with that blade. We tried it a little different. How about that? It's a little safer. Remember, I'm taking off a little bit at a time. I'm not taking off big chunks. A little bit at a time, because I got time, man. And sometimes you got to give yourself a limitation. In order to get to a higher level. Right now, I'm trying to give myself a limitation of carving this whole thing from here forward. See what kind of finish I can get out of that. And you're coming with me. You're coming with me. caught my head about this chat. Mr. Polite says, looking good. Working with hand tools is much more relaxing, says MJB. Even when you get your hand, you get all busted up. Yeah, it happens. Thomas said hi. Hi, Thomas. Marciano says, hello, my brother. What are we working on tonight or today? And Lawrence says, hey, Wes, how goes it? Hey, Marciano, I'm working on a wooden ring. And I'm trying to carve this bad boy all the way across, all the way through for the most part, without a lot of tooling. And I'm very curious as to how I can handle this curve with just these knives and see how close I can get it without having the sand. And Lawrence, it goes well, my friend. It goes well. How are you? Thank you, Marciano. I appreciate you asking about me as well. I'm Gucci. I'm just trying to cut a nice, clean, smooth thing. That's the first goal, but I got a lot of rough stuff over here, right? And I got some material to actually take off here too. So, gotta be cautious with that. I don't get too overzealous. It's easy to do. But this is a medium wood sandwich between hardwood, and no chances should be taken. Every time I say West does it in my head, it sounds like Hot Pocket. Why is that stuck in my brain? West does it. So I'm talking about in that chat. What kind of wood are you carving on, if I'm able to ask? And Lawrence says he's good. Yeah, this is a walnut with a maple in between. And I suspect that maple, yeah, it's maple. But this piece is much softer than the dark walnut. Says my knife. Anyway. And yes, you may always ask, my friend. What else does it? So I'm going to do a little, I guess this is more or less shaping right here. But it's a slow and steady thing. See how close I am to that soft edge here that I've already made? I want to keep that and just carry it around. I'm going to just get closer and closer to that center ring, but I've got to be careful about how. Because if it chips off a piece there, that would so suck. And it's weird because your hands will try to get away from you. Mine will anyway. And I have to like slow them down, like, yo, just doing a little bit at a time. Chill out, son. Hey, TJ, what's going on? Marciano says, Sears taking bigger chunks from the softwood, comparing it to the hard.
wood. I'm just curious. He's thinking bigger. Yeah, it's a, it's definitely different. Cody says making a ring, and Cody is absolutely correct on your first guess. Welcome, Cody, to the chat. Yep, making a ring. I'm checking it twice. Yep. I love that all my inner voices get an opportunity to hear themselves out loud with you guys. We thank you for the opportunity. Schizophrenic. Just kidding. Not making fun. When I'm carving, I can barely look at the chat at all. Hope y'all are not in there cursing my name. Let's see. Cody says our collective pleasure. Oh man, you're all right. Slow and steady wins the race, my brother. That's what matters most. Yes, says Mr. Marciano. Let me say, I'm saying your name wrong. Macario. Thank you, Cody. That's a very nice thing to say. Lawrence says, I made one of these two pieces of red cedar and maple in the center. One piece of the cedar, I put it on top. Oh, that's probably nice. Then sanded and used CA glue for a finish. I am considering the CA glue finish. I am thinking of that. Because I think that's a CA glue finish. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I've made all these since, but I think that's what I did with it. Friend in the chat on a Friday night gives me everything I'm not. Taking a break from all my worries sure does help a lot. Wouldn't you like to take a drink? Sometimes you wanna smoke with all your friends that don't do care. Everybody knows your name. You wanna be where people can cut knives and say the same. You wanna be where people make wooden neck chains. Thank you. Lou said, yo, what's good, my man Wes? What up, Lou? Lawrence says the polish is up really nice. It really did. I'm gonna try that though. I'm gonna do a little bit more of that on that ring. And I think I did do that though. Yeah, because I was worried about it splashing in my eye and gluing my contact lens in. For ear. But it didn't. Fortunately, I survived to making a pinky ring. Who would have knew? Who would have thought? Thought for sure he was going to boss. Yeah, what happened, Joey? 2 times? I don't know, boss. I don't know, boss. Maybe I just watched too many cartoons as a kid. Maybe that's what it's about. Doesn't scratch easy for some reason. That's a good thing. I guess it's just a hard surface. Cody says you remind me of my friend Justin. Justin must be a choker. It's midnight choker. Cody's from Justin. Smokes the cream. This is like looking like a clunky, chunky, kind of caveman-y thing. I like that so much. I do. I kind of like it. Oh, this is that's how we kind of started hanging. Hilarious, Cody. Your friend is getting the good stuff. All right. Just keep slicing. And what we're going to do is just kind of make this a little less bulky. But I got to creep up on it, you know what I mean? That's the kind of guy I am. I don't put all my cards on the table. Creep up on it. Keep it on down. Now look what happened. See that right there? It's a little tear out. Now, that's going to make me drastically change this ring immediately. Because I can't handle stuff like that. I got to get it off of there. And then whatever happens in getting it off of there, we'll take that as some sort of design blessing bestowed upon us by the wood spirits. And not ugly faces carved in trees. Sorry guys. Sorry. Spirits. Alright. I'm just gonna do the same thing over here. I'm just do it slow though. You want to like slice the whole thing, but you can't. You shouldn't. You just gotta work your way over to that and see how the wood behaves. How it wants to do it. Appropriately. Creep up on it. Creep up on that peak. Creep up on it. Bam. Now we've got somewhat of a symmetrical thing here. And now I just peel a little bit more off over to that thing. Right? We'll just start right here. A short slice. Now remember, these two woods are different. You can't just rush through one of them and hit the other one. That's a mistake I just almost made. Once you get to that other piece of wood, you have to adjust for it or have an expectation that your knife is going to do something slightly different when it finds it. So we're going to do the same thing over on this side. And that's the interesting thing about carving that I'm learning, and I did not anticipate, was that you can't use the same technique to bookmark, to what do you call it, bookmark, book match, book end things. So if you do this side this way, this little peak, and you flip it, it's not often you're going to be able to repeat that the same way, because the wood grain is generally going to change. See how different that is? I got to come from this side now, because the wood agrees with that direction, disagrees with the other direction, for whatever reasons of how the tree grows. And here I've got two completely separate pieces of wood technically anyway. So they're not necessarily changing together. Friday night, getting paid, Friday jumping, getting right, Friday over here. What's it? Looks like a knuckle duster, damn it boy, you mix wood and dust with glue and pack it in there. Very true. I don't know what you said, but I'll walk it. Thanks for being here. Are you busting rhymes? Are you in here freestyle rapping? Oh snap. I'm with it. I'm with it, Cody. I'm with it, Cody. Bars. Well, we was just talking about the kind of toughness. Look at his ring. So tough looking right now. Let me just keep kind of going with that. Maybe. I mean, there's a part of me that's always going to want to smooth out, clean up, and organize the thing. We got a little time. We got a little carving yet to do. I need to pause, just drop this. It's really starting to show up. I don't want to do bad technique. I don't want it to look dumb because I chunked off a big chunk of wood because I was unwilling to do the necessary things. Don't see my green stuff. I'll use my white stuff. This is just paste, polishing, compound, etc., etc., etc. Let's see if we got any better results. Sure feels shinier. Sure feels shinier to me. Back to that smooth butter cutter. Alright. Hey baby butter cutter. Cutting up butter for all the butter cuts. This is the most masculine looking ring I think I've ever made. Brad Hamilton says strapping is the way. Isn't the white finer than the green? No, I think the green is
is the finer. So that's what I was told anyway. I don't know. I got both, but I lost my. Well, I didn't lose it. Somewhere in the shop. MIAN. And rather than hunt for it, I did the lazy thing. Naturally. Used what I had handy. First name Jim, last name Dandy. Now I'm just going to match that again like I matched those over there, and I'm going to start here in the edge and just slice my way over to it gradually. Once I removed a certain amount of material, I'm just aiming one side at a time and just cutting to 0, right? Until I get far enough, and then once I'm close to that, I'm going to work on that front side. Get a little closer. See what I'm saying? Just work it in. The gloves really do help. Do some things that otherwise might be a little treacherous if you're new. And I'm new, but I do have a nice little ring on the way. I think I want to go a little tighter, a little closer. So I'm going to pull that whole edge forward. Doing a little bit of what we just did, but for all the right reasons. It's getting too wide, too splayed out front, and that didn't take enough of it off for it not to do that. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I need to taper in a little bit this way for comfort. I'm gonna do it on this side first, and then we'll follow up with that one. Stay right here for my edge. Cut it nice and clean. Nice and clean. No caffeine, no pure spandex, even tight jeans. Hand carved wooden ring. Listen, you show up with a hand carved wooden ring. That's different. That's different. That is tough stuff, buddy. I don't care what you say.
Lawrence said you could shape that ring with a Dremel, just take a little longer and wouldn't be so rough.
Oh, definitely. That's what I did with like a bunch of these. And I did it, so it was good. So now I'm working on a different skill set for it. You know what I mean? All the other live streams, people are fighting on the guys carving a ring. This guy is carving a ring, and I can discuss green polishing compound with a couple people. I don't know. Tell them I stopped my knives and I feel like I know ya. Oh my God, anywhere. Suspenders too. I wear 4-clip suspenders at work and work in a wood shop, and at home I wear the side one, clip on some Duluth Trading Company. What? Look at this. Did we just become best friends? Yup. Right on. I love having stuff in common with the people in the chat, man. I love finding out
But I got similarities to my comrades. What's it like working in a wood shop? I've never done it. I really got to get out of the habit of this. Look at that. Oh, stop. It's so good, this knife. Oh. To me. Others have talked about it in a negative way, but I don't know what you expect for $18. This is magnificent. In my opinion. All these little shavings I get. Ugh. I gotta figure out something I can do with these shavings. I feel like I don't know why I think this is pretty. Look at like you don't think it's like a little bit like a little mix of I don't know. But like what could you do with it? I don't know. Maybe I'm just a lunatic. Like those doctors said. But I broke out of there. Changed my life when I found this guy's house in Apple. Never mind. Indeed, Brad. By the way, I remember how Google works. Green, in fact, is finer than white, but it seems to do better on steel. What I want to know is high carbon steel or stainless steel, and have both knives. That's what's up, Brad. Tyson, what up? How you doing, Tyson? Cody says depends on what you cut. Lauren said I had a set of cuts cut gifted to me. That's what's up. My honey's handmaid says, hey Wes, what's going on, fella? How you doing? How you doing? Not spinning those lathes tonight? Brad Hamilton says, well, actually I used to make granite countertops and now I make laminate countertops. Oh yeah? I am a renovations and remodel contractor. I abhor making laminate countertops. Oh, it's tricky stuff, right? But once you get good at it, you can really get some of that stuff done. But it's another one of those things you have to be very particular with, because once that glue gets tacky and starts setting, that's it. As soon as you make contact, that is it. But yeah, granite's nice to fabricate. I haven't done much heavy granite fabrication, but I'll grab the slabs that are already square and join them and put them on my cabinets I built. This is getting closer and closer. I love that this is shaping into something good. I mean, for me, to me, you know what I'm saying? It's good to me. As I keep slicing this knife into my friggin' thumb. Let me stop. Let me hold my thumb back. Get used to keeping it out of the way. I'm developing the bad habit that I warned you about earlier. Rather than using the gloves as a safety measure, I'm using them as a crutch. I gotta fix that.
We are getting there. You see at the top, we're not symmetrical just yet. We can work on that. Maybe this is a better knife for that sort of slice. I watched the homie Lions this morning. Did a whole series about how to hold some of these knives for different carving techniques. Now some of these things I was doing, I don't want to just say naturally, some of these things are how you're just going to develop, you know. But it did show me some good stuff as well. Super grateful for that guy. He's the reason y'all are gonna see me with a little axe on here one day, chopping up green soft wood, making cool spoons and carvings out of them. It's gonna be his fault. So that's where you can address your letters of disgust. So now I'm just kind of curving out a little edge here. I kind of like how that one did, so now I'm going to do it on this side. Yeesh. Rami, how you doing? How you doing? Echo Woodcrafts. What up, what up, what up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing, man? Good to see y'all in the chat. Good to see y'all in the building. Let's do it. And friends. Why would that sound like the Mario song starting up? I would get hit by a mushroom or something like dumb early in Mario. It's terrible. Barely survived the first song. Excellent. It is for Mario, says Cody. Cody says, how's it going? It's going good. Oh, you're talking to Eco. Okay. Brad Hamilton did. God demands a sacrifice as payments for those sins. And since we aren't spotless, he sent his son Jesus as a substitutory agent, or atonement, to pay for us sins. But we must receive that gift in faith, not in by faith. And then Lawrence says, it's amazing to me how people can use simple tools to do multiple things. I love it. Bro, I agree. I love it too. Was there a particular thing that kind of made you think that just now? Were you like, that's usually my my fillet knife for my salmon. And there's Wes carving a ring out of it. Like a real G. Ooh, that's deep, that's deep, that's deep. That is
deep. Ugh. Look at that. That was an accident. Come back the other way and erase it. There it went. There it went. Can't hurt me no more. Right? So the goal here is just to continue to chase uniformity. Roughly. Because it's almost like we shifted a bit. Like the ring is angled a little bit. I don't know. Kind of looks like that. Can't all be perfect. But we can learn from every single one of them. That we can do. And I had some posts come back from Canada today. And I don't know what's going on with the situation. Sent the mallet out and it came back like immediately. Like it didn't even seem like it would have had time to get to Canada. Sent it on Monday, or was it? And then yesterday, Thursday, it's back in my mailbox. Turn to sender. I'm lost and confused. Yeah, I need to go get my money back if they're not delivering my package. You know what I'm saying? Is it tariffs? They say, hey, you got a product, dude. I'm not sending nothing out to Canada. I don't know. Alright, this is happening, folks. Now, instead of this being sharp and all that, I'm going to just round those both over. I'm going to try to do it with the knife. And I want you to hope. Cross your fingers. What I do. Works. Goal is to pull this sharp line out and make a natural looking, organic curve. Sort of done it, sort of not. See what we can do with this. faster. That was much faster. In fact, let's just clean that up, see if we can even that out a little bit more. We're just going to start, work our way in. Taking off this excess material as we go. On this side, we're just trying to get it back nice and balanced. Same thing on this side too. Slice that into a soft, invisible curve. We don't have a defined line. They all did pretty good. Yeah, I got no grievances with this knife set. I don't know. So good to me. Better be good to me. Sorry. Better be good to me. Y'all remember Tina Turner? Y'all remember Tina Turner. Oh snap, what's my chat doing? Well, I used to watch Toewood Right Shopping PBS with Roy Underhill. It really shows better craftsman skills. We each have our own talent. Word. I'm making some super nice earrings. Video coming soon, says Eco Wood. Oh man, that'd be nice to see. Eco Wood Crafts has some nice stuff over there. What sort of wood are you using? Eco says it would be cheaper to dry. Triple dyed maple. Ooh. Nice. Triple dyed maple. I'm intrigued. Freaking looking it up later. It's triple dyed maple. Shoot. Who are you if you don't have triple dyed maple in 2025? You know? Seriously. Seriously? Yeah, seriously. So, we are building this tough motor scooter of a ring. This is turning into something that I want to see on my finger. We got a little more bulk here to take off. It's a little too thick. Too thick right there. Tell that by the volume I'm willing to carve into with it. That's all good. Just gonna bring it down. I feel like I'm learning so many new movements with this carving. I like it, but I feel like I'm bridging new neural pathways. What about you? Are you building neural pathways, Davis? They look tie-dyed. Anyone ever tried using vinegar and steel wool solution for dyeing wood black? I have not. I've heard a lot of people done that. I haven't. Calvin of Dad's Workshop, he's doing a combination of that and some other things to do a DIY stain for the bunk beds he's building every day. So, but I haven't seen that. Like, I've heard it, I haven't seen it. I haven't ever seen what that looks like. Does it make it black, or does it make it like what kind of dark brown? What is it? What's the dealio? Big Dog Woodworking said, "What's up, Big Daddy King? What? Anyone here try to use it? Oh, they look tie-dyed. Oh, interesting. How come we forget Tina? That's right. My man's Cody. No solid. That's dope. Eco, I'll have to check it. Channel, says Kodak. Lawrence said, I tried to use much steel wool, but I've seen others where it worked very well. I saw a guy use copper to turn the wool green with vinegar. I reckon that would happen. My daughters, when we bought this house, each of the kids wanted their rooms painted. And I told them they pick a color and I'd do it. And one of my girls chose copper green. I thought it was going to be terrible. It's a very soft, relaxing color. So, worked out good. If you're in a market for a green and you don't know which one, wasn't a bad design choice. Oh, God. If I didn't have this glove on, I'd be bleeding all over right now. That was bad technique. I'm still holding the knife the same way. Let me change that. Let me adjust. No excuse for hurting yourself. You gotta figure out a better way. Have to figure out a better way other than inflicting harm to oneself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Let me jump back in the chat. Gotta be jammed because jelly don't shake like that, says Ogami. What are you talking about? Nice sander. But when I use too much steel wool, I got a very beautiful rust color on my picture frames I made. I miss the sander. I missed everything. Carter says, hey brother, what's up? Sitting out here, blind cowboy reviews, having a campfire. What you saying? Ow! What up, Carter? I was just talking about you and these, and your mallet that came back yesterday. It broke my heart. So I'm gonna have to get you to send me your address again another way. Like, I don't know if they wrote it down wrong, but I sent it. I showed them the email, and she typed it from there. So maybe they mistook an L for an I or an I for an L or something. Canadian addresses seem different. So shoot me an email and we'll regroup on that, and I'll go right back out and see if I can get that thing back on the way. I hate you've waited this long, but I'm glad you've been patient. If you're my first subscriber to win a mallet, I wanted to get it to you first. It was going to show up either the day after or the same day that the other two I sent out. And all theirs went out and stayed out. Yours came back all by itself. And now I feel guilt. Nothing but guilt and sadness from making a mallet for my friend. Something happened with the old FedEx, and it came back again. And I've been trying to figure out how am I gonna get this package to the car, and it's Blade Smith. But I'm glad that he ain't tripping at all, 'cause so far he ain't even said Oh, don't put it in the chat. Put it in the email. Delete that. Put your address in no chat, man. That is definitely not the address you sent me. Alright, I got it. Well, I feel you on that, Carnage. Ain't nobody gonna come get you, Holmes. I feel you on that. You ain't no tart. Alright, looky here. I think we just gotta pull a little bit more of this over this way. So a little bit more over this way. I'll unbox it. No, I'm gonna try to send it straight back. But I gotta go down there and figure out what that means when they said something about timed out or something. I don't know. But I'll try this other address. Y'all better not go get my boy. Don't you go get him. I mean, who's gonna go get a bladesmith? You know what I'm saying? Kind of self-defeating sapsucker does that. I'm gonna go get that guy with all those knives. Yeah, teach him a lesson. I don't know any of these gentlemen on my lawn, officer. Could you please clean them up? Ugh, that's ugly. Can't believe that happened again. I'm gonna have to just slice it off this time. Yeah, we're changing this ring again. I think that's a little more even. Kind of now want to go crazy and keep going around that edge and not make it flat on the top, but just round it around. But no. But no. Shed love. Carving more stuff. I have no idea how many people have come in or out of this chat. I can't see any numbers. I can just see the chat. I'm enjoying it so far. Oh, I keep doing that. Look at this. Look at this. You know what I'm gonna do? Just ride it out. I'm just drag it across this way. Because we got to take that as a sign from the carving ring gods. Saying, let's change your design. Your ring was going to look lame. Do something cooler. I don't know. That's how I imagine ring god talks. Slight British accent, you know what I'm saying? Do something cooler. Like Captain Picard. Do more dopeness, number one. Your ring is whack. I don't know. Could happen. That sounded more like Lord of the Rings dude. Kind of is the same dude, right? Well, not Picard, but his little nemesis or whatever. I think I like that. I've never done an asymmetrical ring. He says, after only having done 6 rings in his entire life. And all of them happened this week. I just wonder if I can do this little curve. I like it. I like how that's going. I like how it's going. I'm just be honest with you. Kinda like that. Kinda like it. Kinda wanna do the same to the other side now. I wanna do the same thing. Kinda wanna make a crown in my finger. This thing is so sharp. How sharp is it? These cuts are so clean now. Like I almost don't even want to stop. Just because it's so satisfying to do. I'll be honest. I wouldn't lie to you. Except for just that one time, just now. Ugh, why was I doing that? Because you're going the wrong way. Oh, okay. Gotta go the way the wood wants you to go. It's the first rule of Wood Club. Now, this ring was tough already. But now? Hmm? 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 What do you think? I like it. I like this. And I'm not gonna polish, I'm not gonna sand any of that. I'm gonna leave all of that just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the oil on it, see what it looks like. Rob Ross, yeah. We all know about Rob Ross. Rob. Only gloves I buy. Oh, those Gorilla Tracks. Yeah, good gloves. I like the my Milwaukee's are good too. I like them. These are a little lighter, but these are great gloves too. Where's my cloth at? Sometimes you gotta whisk for it. Here, boy. Let's get some linseed oil. And whenever we do the linseed oil, because almost everything that you do this with is going to require multiple coats after it soaks in and you just kind of rejuvenate it over and over. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. This one first. Oh, already it's magic. Okay. Look at it. Now we're going to have to do some dabbing with this one because it's carved wood, so it's a little snaggy right now. It's a little snaggy. I'm going to saturate the inside too. Then I'm going to just let that sit there and soak up and be beautiful. And be beautiful. What you think? Left Hand Patrick says, I do glass installation and cleaning. That's what's up. Okay, later, gotta charge my phone. Take care, everyone, says Lawrence. Peace, Lawrence. Take it easy. I think you saw the grand finale, huh? Saw the ring get finished. Now you're done with me. Alright, looks good. Another little hit on the love ring too. Might as well hit that too. Oh, we got some stuff on our stuff. See? Love ring. Promise is something for everyone. Said it calls for adventure, your mind on the moon, romance, and love, life's sweetest river. Give us a little coat on several of our delicious rings today, including this one right here. I made this morning, I think. It's got promise. It's got a lot of promise, I think. Also the 3-wood combination. then, of course, our champion. Oh, this one gets better every time. Orami says, magnificent. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Jesus Evangelist Marvola says hi. Well, hi to you too. I think that looks good. I really like it. Not only that, I enjoyed you hanging out with me. All 79 of you now, and 52 of you that liked my video. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart and the depths of my soul, thank you. Jean-Pierre. No, I'm just West. But I do appreciate you. I do thank you. And if you want to hit that like button before it's too late and I cut this off, I'd appreciate that too. So thank you for hanging out with me while I made this very mucho macho ring right here. Let it dry. And I appreciate y'all hanging out with me in the chat. I really do. Peace. We're gonna do it again. Wait. What you said looks badass, says Cody. Thank you. You're my new favorite streamer, guy. Thanks, Brad. I appreciate that. Later, Cody. Thanks for doing what you do, says Orami. Hey, thank you for watching. It's a blessing and a privilege. Really it is. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, Lawrence, for coming through. And everybody else who did. Thank you for every like and subscribe and all of the things. Carnage, appreciate you too, brother. Brad, we'll talk. Peace. Yes, I wrote it down, so I got you. First thing tomorrow. Peace. West does it. Oh, I got a bunch of shorts y'all can watch too. Don't forget.